Once again, this is unrelated to the links that are down below, but that is also very helpful information. This isn't going to be 110% for everybody who's here, but if you're open to it, it should be helpful to you. If you want to take a deep breath with me, we could take a breath. 1, 2, 3. And then let it go. Not sure what's going to come out in the cards. And I'm putting them face down. We're going to start with the Oracle, actually, and see what comes out for the highest good of all. We have the Courage card. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Okay, so this is going to mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people, obviously. But as I turn the tarot cards over, we do have the Magician and the Hermit. And before I even turn them over, I was going to say, like, it probably has to do with creativity. Like, you're an artist of some sort, and, like, sharing your creative works is probably something that you've been working up to do. For some of you, this isn't going to be for everybody. For some of you, you're in a relationship, you're in a connection, you have friends, you're surrounded by people that don't really support your creative flow. I do get the sense that you spend a lot of time on your own with the Hermit card here. But once again, you do have somebody or something attached to you that, like, doesn't really promote your growth, if we can say it like that. What's happening for August? For whoever is watching, what's happening for August? We have the Sun, which is perfect. The Sun keeps coming out, which is like literally Leo energy. Just like, hey, I'm here, what's up? We have the Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So we do have, like, a lot of good things available to us. We go back to the energy of courage and, like, being reminded that for most of us, fear isn't something that just goes away. It's something that you learn how to work with. And so there's that on that. The Wheel of Fortune actually also came out in a previous reading that I was doing for the elementals, which once again you can catch that in the description below. But generally the Wheel of Fortune talks about a change in luck. Ideally for the better, but, like, if things weren't, if things were going well, maybe you could expect some sort of, like, delay or, like, complication. With this karmic relationship, I'm going to pull some more cards on that. We're going to see about that. We have the Star, we have the Page of Swords. This could be your relationship to, like, social media. For some of you, like, you could be, like, a social media influencer or something like that. Something within the realm of communication and, like, relating to people. We have the Page of Swords and the Star. And then also Temperance at the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing that song by Panic at the Disco. Had to have high, high hopes for a living. No, 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 no. Had to have high, high hopes. That could be your chosen career, like, something in regards to, like, celebrity. Like, you could be, I heard, like, a celebrity makeup artist. That could be, like, obviously that's really specific, that's not for everybody, but, like, that's something that's coming through. We have the Queen of Wands, yeah. Ace of Pentacles. I feel like naturally you're a very courageous person, naturally you're a very fiery person, but maybe something recently has, like, pushed you out of that energy. And if that's the case, I do see you getting back into that energy. Right now, in this moment, we could set the intention that you can like get your groove back or whatever, however you want to say that. Because we don't have time to be feeling like trapped and like bogged down and like no thanks. We have the Two of Swords. There's a decision that needs to be made. There's like a crossroad, if you will. It's not a major one. It might just be something as simple as like, should you go out with some friends or not? Or like, we also have the Moon card coming out, a more significant element. You might have been having some really vivid dreams. I do see you working a lot in the spiritual realm if you vibe with that. And I think it's really necessary that you tend to your body and you like make sure that you stay hydrated and whatnot. What else needs to come through? What else? I'm gonna pull more from the Soul's Journey deck. We have service, honesty. You might have been wanting to get into like charity or like doing something to like give back to the community, and like you should definitely follow that urge. We also have honesty, which says I can't. If I can actually speak, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Ideally, hopefully, you are being honest with yourself about where you are in your journey and how far you've come, etc., etc. This isn't for everybody, but I feel like for some of you there is this. We have unrequited love here. There's this person from your past, or like this situation from your past that you have not fully really gotten over. You have not moved on from the situation, and maybe on one level you have, but like entirely you have not. And that might be where the decision comes from, like whether or not you get to like take another opportunity to like rekindle this situation, or like not doing that. Also, we have the Sun and the Moon card coming out, so it's kind of like the message of balance came through within the elemental reading that I did, and I was basically like, make sure that you're balancing out your time and you're like prioritizing the things that are important to you, whether it's like family, whether it's business, whether it's romance, like whatever is important to you, make sure that you're edging out time for that. Also, I realize I'm slouching like really badly. I don't like that. If we were to zoom in on these cards, we have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands generally is a card about a person who is loud and in charge. She is fiery, she's confident, she's passionate, she is sexy, she is all that in a bag of chips. And if I could relate this to the Magician, the Magician holds all four elements: fire, air, water, and earth. And the Queen of Wands is fire, that passion, that soul, that spirit, you know. And if you look closely, if you can see, both of these cards, or both of the cats are kind of like similar. I imagine this is a male cat, but excuse me. Excuse me, Mom. And actually, then that makes it kind of like a family. And like maybe you have romance on your mind, maybe you have like love on your mind. And like I said before, like make sure that you're like prioritizing your time and like putting energy into things that you're like passionate about, like, and not just this one thing. Does that make sense? Okay, what's to be said about this Queen of Wands? Who's this Queen of Wands? This Queen of Wands energy could also be somebody else. But generally, I feel like okay. This is specific. This is another situation. Um, there's somebody who is kind of like the one who got away, like someone who like they like either blocked you or they stopped talking to you. They're just MIA basically, and ideally, this is going to be a little bit deep. Ideally, whenever we have relationships, whenever we have connections, we want to learn from them and like take something away from them if they ever do end. So instead of dwelling so much on like, oh my god, I lost this amazing person, or oh my god, this connection is over, think about all of the great times first of all, and then like think about what they taught you. Like, what did you learn from the connection? Like, there's always something to be learned. Like, and if you can't find anything, you're not thinking hard enough, sir or ma'am. Because whenever I think about my connections, like, there's usually a lesson. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, and sometimes we have to keep learning. Sometimes we have to keep learning the same lesson, and it's like, but eventually we'll get there, right? Ideally, optimistically. We have the Celtic card and the Atlantis card. Those were cards that I already pulled, and I like the Atlantis card was kind of like, well, I was like the one that got away, because it's like you had a good thing and then you burned it to the ground, you know. And not to say that it's all your fault, because please don't blame yourself, but it is no longer. Whose ever fault it was, whoever's to blame, it's no longer. So, time to pack up and move on. You know, as difficult as it may be. And that's once again where that unrequited love energy comes through, because it's like you haven't really gotten over it. Like, you're not physically with this person anymore, but you're still kind of like in the back of your head, like thinking in that way. You know what I mean? And that's not really healthy, in my personal opinion. Day and night. I'm talking to someone, excuse me. I'm talking to someone who may or may not be going into overdrive mode. I'm talking to someone who is about to just like floor it when it comes to productivity and whatnot. And I want to offer the notion that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to not be like 24/7 like working. You might disagree, and that's okay. But like, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to meditate, and like genuinely be still here and there. I feel like it's so easy to make excuses and say like, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. But there's a lot of time in the day. Like, you go to the bathroom at work, you can easily like take a time to just reflect, you know. But I digress. What else? What else can we look into? For August, what if we look into work and business and money? What's happening? Oh, that's a good card to get. That's the 10 of Pentacles. That's basically like all the monies. Um, like just stability up the wazoo, essentially. And on a serious note, though, I do see you making a lot more money this month and moving forward. Just make sure you be wary of where that money is going. Obviously, yeah, I think you'll be good. If you're wondering like where this money is going to be coming from, like in essence, it doesn't really matter the where or like how, I should say. Um, but let me tell you this: if you're expecting money and you're like literally not doing anything for it, you're not even asking for it, like how's that gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like if you don't even like open your mouth to say like, hey, can I get some change? Like what's gonna happen? You know? So yeah. Sorry to be so sassy, but like running out of steam. So once again, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're like hydrating. I hope you're like being nice to yourself and being patient with yourself through this journey. And if you would like a personalized reading video, go to my services list. You can email me. I mean, you can. My email is gonna be down below. If you you can either email me or just go to my services list and then email me from there. But either way, just email me. And good luck, Charlie.